Did y'all meet the new employee? That's William. No? I know he has a name. Oh, he has the name of a dead person. What's that guy's name that died recently? Oh. Good morning. Welcome to Fellowship. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Thank you all for being here. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. How come you don't get cold? Is it because you're white?
I was just in Pittsburgh. It was 10 degrees over there.
Oh, so this is hot to you. Well, at least not hot, but not cold.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Amazing, huh? And why don't you get cold? Is it because you white?
I like it. This is like perfect.
Amazing. White people. You know, I've been invited to go skiing over the years, but I'm like, let me know when the ski is hot. Then I'll go. Anyway, any questions? Oh, let me tell you this first. I realized that there is no love in the world anymore, and especially in America. There used to be love in America, but it's not there now at all. And even with the Christians and the non-Christians alike, the Christians don't love one another at all. And they'll lie and say they do, but when push comes to shove, they don't love one another. Because as soon as you disagree with them or they get mad or whatever, they turn on you just like that. So Christians do not love one another. There is no love. And it's interesting that there is no love because they sing about God and all that. And everyone knows, I think, that God and His Son is all love. They're nothing but love. There's nothing else in them but love. And because there's nothing else in their nature but love, it's impossible to get angry. It's impossible to judge one another or themselves because there's nothing but love. And so it doesn't matter what other people do, they can never get angry at you. And so for those who say that they believe in God, how is it that you could believe in God or Christ and still have anger like that, turn against one another, because you may disagree on something or whatever? How is that possible? And it happens all the time. It happens literally all the time. And I was thinking of this lady, Marjorie Green, I think her name is. That's her name? Yep. Yeah? What is it?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's mad at Donald Trump because she's so nosy she wants to see the Epstein letter. Who want to see an Epstein letter so bad they're going to get angry because they can't see it? You know, that's nosiness. So what good is it going to do if they show the letter? It's not going to change anything except more people are going to judge. Evil people are going to judge. And so what she did was, and she's supposed to be like a real conservative Georgia lady, right? Isn't she from Georgia? Nobody knows? Oh, I think she's out of Georgia. Is she from Georgia, Haight?
Yes.
Yeah, she's from Haight, Georgia. And Georgia is pretty much conservative, Republican like. And I'm thinking, and so this woman, according to a report, I don't know, I just heard about the story this morning, maybe yesterday. And she was on CNN talking bad about Trump. She went to the enemy. So just think about this. Prior to this incident happening, whatever was that happened, she was on this side of Republican, conservative Christians, right? For years. And then she disagreed with the enemy on this side. Isn't that like going from America to China or something and fight with Chinese? But you get mad, you run across the road. But, and she went from totally disagreeing with the enemies to cross an enemy line to talk about another conservative. That's mind-blowing to me. And so that tells me that she was always an enemy, never a friend. And that's how the average person is. They're not really a friend. And that's why Christ said, you do not trust an angry person, because an angry person is a murderer. They'll switch and they'll try to destroy you. They'll go and join the enemy to go after you, to try to destroy you. In your own families, it happened in families. I'm talking politics right now, but it happened in families, it happened in businesses, it's happening walking down the road. And it's the darndest thing to me, because I wonder, what do they think when they switch like that? Do they question themselves? Well, I thought I had love. How am I not just disagreeing, but I'm like becoming an enemy of the person or the people that I said I agree, loved? It's the darndest thing I ever seen. And no wonder America's falling apart, because really there is no love. Anybody disagree with that? So all of y'all agree with it? And why can you give me examples of why you agree with it? There are some people in the room, they're just not talking. It's too cold for you to talk. Who want to tell me an example of it? It don't have to be your private life or personal life if you don't want. Yes, sir.
Not an example, but if humans don't have love, we've never had love. Why was there love 50 years ago, 60 years ago? If you say we can't love,
but they used to have it somewhat when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And back then I think they had it because the parents were more involved with raising the children, and so the parents tried to be right so they can tell you to be right. For an example, they say don't hurt anyone, pray for them. Mm-hmm. If someone is treating you in a wrong way, don't go after them, don't try to hurt them, don't gossip about them, but pray for them. I don't hear that anymore now. Mm-hmm. Not at all. And so it was there somewhere, because my grandfather or my father would not have put up with that kind of stuff at all.
I remember there's like pictures or videos or whatever of like a policeman in a neighborhood, like giving the kid ice cream or something like that. I feel like that's an example that there used to be like this idea of like protecting the community and being and now it's kind of like, I don't want to discredit police or whatever, but now it's much more like we're against each other or something. It's like kind of
there's no love.
It's a police state or something, yeah.
There's no way at all you can say you can say it, but it's not real. But there's no way at all that you can believe in God through Christ to the Father and not have love. And you can only, the thing about it, God nor Christ have hate. None of them are emotional. They understand everything. And if we are children of God, we're supposed to understand everything too. We're supposed to be the same nature that He is, or they are, and not, it shouldn't be one thing that ever, as long as it's not physical, there should not be one thing that can ever happen to you and you feel anything about it. Zero. Not at all. And if you are feeling something about it, it means there's something wrong with you. It's because the stuff that you're feeling, the wrong that you feel is inside you, not because of what somebody else is saying or doing to you. And then knowing that, you would never switch sides. You may not want to hang out, but you would not cross enemy line and attack and want to hurt anyone. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. And so in the good old days, if they were not that way, they were definitely teaching us to be that way. And it's gone now. I'm looking at this woman called Hate showed it to me when I asked him about it. She's on CNN talking about Trump. And she was supposed to be so religious conservative. I don't know how religious she is, but conservative for sure. She even spoke at AFPAC.
Yeah.
And you can't get any more conservative than that. And I never imagined one day I would see her turning like that. But I've seen a lot of things nowadays, so nothing shocked me anymore. But you gotta have love. You can't be a both. And so one way to know that you're not of love, oh, this is interesting. One way to know that you're not of love is when you feel something about what someone says or if someone can make you angry. If they can make you angry, stop pretending that you're of love. Because if you are of love, you have no anger. The spirit of anger is evil. And love understands, and above all things, get an understanding, because when you get an understanding, you cannot be angry at anyone about, I don't care what they do. And the reason you can't, number one, you have understanding, but number two, the reason you can't get angry at anyone for any reason is because you would know that they're not doing it to you. You would know that. You cannot be touched. You cannot be hurt. You cannot be angry. And you would know that, and as a result, you would know, okay, fine. You let whatever need to happen to the ego happen, and you wouldn't be bothered about it. You wouldn't even give it a second thought. You just go on with your little life. And you would pray for those people, meaning you would not hate them. You would not be angry at them because you would know that the hell in them, the false self, is trying to hurt the false self in you. It's not going against you, it's going against two enemies, like people fight. It's like someone was asking me, I went and did Pearl's show this week. I went over to Texas. Do y'all know about that? Yes. Pearl Davis. Mm-hmm. And I was asking her about, but I don't want you'll see the show, it was fun. It was a whole lot of fun. But I was talking to someone along the way, and they were telling me that, not Pearl though, somebody else along the way. I met people along the way that knew us in the airport, they was high and stuff like that. And they were saying that, and I don't remember because I'm black. So I always said, they said something like, Mimi, you want to come up closer? Sure. That way if you cry, we all can see you lying. And they were saying something like, the Republicans are better than the Democrats. I'm like, no, they're not. They're like, but the Republicans are Christian conservative. I'm like, no, they're not. And the person was shocked that I said that. I'm like, he's like, well, what do you mean? I said that, have you been paying attention? Republicans turn on each other as quickly as they turn on the Democrats. Just disagree with them about one thing. They'll snap and it's over. They'll turn on their own, just like they do the Democrats. And then the Democrats, they'll turn on their own, just like they would the Republicans. And I'm like, they're both the same. Two devils fighting against one another, thinking that they know what is right. And no human being knows what's right. Do you know we don't know what's right? But we measure our life and other people's lives on what we think is right. We think we know right from wrong, and we don't. Really, we don't. And the only way you're going to know right from wrong, you got to return to right. And I just remember right now, the problem with Adam and Eve is that when they fell away, they only knew what was right. They had no conception of evil at all. They didn't know what it was at all. They did not have the knowledge of evil. They only had the knowledge of good and no knowledge of evil. That's why the Father just told them, y'all stay away from that tree over there. And he didn't tell them why. I don't know. I got to ask him about that one. But he said, stay away from that knowledge, that tree. And they're like, okay. And then one time they went out and had some pot. Did you know that people think God made pot so that you can get high and know him? That's a different story. But They went out and had out there playing in the field, and Eve got ready to eat off the tree, listen to the serpent. Adam said, no, don't, woman, don't do it. All right. And then long story short, she finally kept going back, and she believed it. And once she believed it, the lie, she now has the knowledge of evil and good and evil. And because she had the knowledge of it, she thought she was God, that she could make decisions. Because she only knew good, there was no decision to be made if you only know one or the other, right? So she thought she thought she was God, that she could make decisions now because she knows the knowledge of good and the knowledge of evil. And so God get out of here. You go on and be your own God. And then she convinced Adam. Adam only knew good. He had no idea what evil was, right or wrong was. As long story short, he believed her, and now he knew the knowledge of good and evil. He thought he was God. He didn't need the Father anymore. And he sent them off. And that's what human beings are guilty of right now. They think they know the knowledge of good, and so they judge it based on the intellect. And I guess we all know by now, the intellect hate God. The intellect has nothing in common with God at all. And all intellectual people, including Bible thumpers, hate God. And that's why they treat each other this way, because they are basing it on their ego knowledge, intellectual knowledge, and they judge. And that's what Marjorie Green is doing. And you see it all the time, everywhere now, in families. I've counseled with families, Christian family, talking, Bible toting, even family with preachers in them, they fight. And the Democrats and the conservatives are fighting based on what they think is right, not because they know the truth. I want you to know you can know the truth and you'll forget about evil. Really, once you really know the truth, return back to the truth. You will forget about evil and never judge again, because you will only know truth. And truth will not allow you to judge, because in truth there's nothing but love. That's why God, when he changed your heart, he changed your nature from evil to his nature, which is good. And you're not going to take credit saying how wonderful you are, because you're going to know you had nothing to do with it. You had nothing to do with it. And you won't judge ever again. There's no love in this country anymore. It's gone. Even in this crowd, one person sitting next to you can say one person something about it, you start fighting right now. And then you do the silent prayer. And as soon as you get up from the silent prayer, you fight again. Because you don't understand the thoughts. You don't know how cunning, conniving, and wicked they are. Really. But you will if you stay with it. You come to know it. Just stay with it. Do not give up. Let go, let go, let go, let go. And be glad when stuff happens to your ego. Don't be mad about that. Be glad so you can see it and overcome it. Stop identifying with it. Amazing, huh? There's no love. Amazing. And so I asked, hey, what's going to happen when the midterms come and Marjorie Green has to run down from Georgia? Those people are not going to vote for her anymore. They're not crazy like, they're not going to vote for her. And another thing, she became a victim. And women, it's so easy for a woman to become a victim, it's not even funny anymore. So now she's a victim. I feel sorry for the women in the Epstein file, and I just hate to see them, and I'm like, what the? What she feeling sorry for somebody else for? She's not God. We don't have a right to feel sorry for anyone. Every adult has their own path to travel. They may love their misery, but she feels sorry for them, and now she's a victim. There's no such thing as a victim. A victim mentality person is an evil. Y'all better stay away. The moment you find out someone think that they're a victim, you better be trying to get away from them, because they'll destroy you. Trying to get what they want. They want blood. It's in the blood. Sorry, Derek. The point is, there is no love. And I'm glad to know that, because I didn't know it had gotten this bad. You know, growing up in Alabama, it was when I was growing up, it wasn't like this. I'm sure you can find evil people, good people at any point in life, but it just wasn't like this. It's nowhere now. In my family, your family, Trump family, Marjorie family, in the media, nowhere. Friendships, childrenship. Kids hate their parents as much as they hate their enemies. They hate their parents. I never seen them as hateful parents. Really, I hear it all the time. It's not like I'm making it up. They hate their parents. Don't expect anything from God. Don't expect anything from the silent prayer. Have no expectations at all. He doesn't want you to be expecting things. I know the Bible, I know the Christian told y'all that. But as long as you have expectations, you will make a God out of it. And then when it doesn't go the way you expect it to go, you're going to think something's wrong. You know, God didn't do this for me, or this or that. Or the prayer didn't do this for me. He doesn't want you to have any expectation at all, because all thoughts are evil. They're from Satan and not from him. He wants you to just live without any expectation, not only from one another, but from him either. And then all will be added unto you. You got to let all thoughts go about God and about what you think you want and the way he should operate. And that's what a lot of people are afraid to do. They're afraid to be without thoughts. They're afraid to be without a plan or an idea. They're afraid of that. And then that's not even you that is afraid of that. That's the ego, the false nature that's afraid of that. But because you're so identified with it, it feels like you are afraid to be. I ask people all the time, what would you do if you just stopped thinking? They're like, I don't know, I stopped living. I'm like, what the? You will live when you stop thinking. You will live. You don't have to, you get up all through the night to use the bathroom, that's crazy. You got to lay down and pray. I go right back to sleep when I get up. I get up, walk to the bathroom, do whatever I do, and go jump right back into bed and right back to sleep. Because when you're conscious, if you practice being present all the time, when you get up through the night, you're still going to be present when you wake up. So you don't need to do the prayer again and again. The point is, God wants you to stay present at all time. But most people are not present at all the time because they're not practicing being present during the day, so they fall into a dream sleep. And so that's why you think you have to. You're in prayer when you're present all the time. You are doing the silent prayer. When you're present all day long, you're doing the silent prayer. The silent prayer is only to bring you to that point. It's not, the prayer itself not going to do anything for you. It's bring you to the source that helps you by slowing you down so that reality can catch up with you and take over. That's all that's happening. And so you ain't got to be, well, do what you want. But that makes sense? Yes. Yeah. When you go to sleep, if you practice being present all during the day, you're going to be going in and out for a while because you're so used to doing that, being unconscious. But after a while, you practice these, you do the prayer before you go to sleep. You're going to sleep consciously. And you'll sleep all through the night like that. And so if you do have to wake up to go to the bathroom or get some water or wherever, you're not going to go unconscious. You're going to be aware of yourself getting out of the bed, going to get the water. You're going to be aware of that without trying. Just like you were unconscious without trying to be unconscious. You got to let go with everything. You can't have an expectation at all. And the fear of stop thinking. What's going to happen if I stop thinking? What's going to happen if I don't have anger? I ask you, what would happen if you drop your anger? Well, I need the anger for motivation. I need the anger to defend myself. No, you don't. You'll defend yourself better with presence than you will unconscious. Somebody will knock you out when you're mad because you're unconscious. People will stroke your ego to get what they want from you. They want something from you. Oh, you're so nice. I really like you. And then they get what they want from you, and then they go talk about you.
Yeah.
So they got what they want. If they can make you mad, they're trying to get something. But either way, you watch what's happening inside of you. I think Paul said, I die daily, meaning that even when he's speaking, like we're speaking right now, he's aware of what he's saying, but he's also aware of what the thoughts are telling him, why he's saying it, and do nothing about it at all. Just be aware of it.
Even if it's like pulling you in like a frenzy, just watch that too, right? You can't stop it.
Be in the frenzy, but don't call it you, and continue to do what you need to do, but do nothing about what's happening inside of you.
Yeah.
Because that's in you, and nobody else is to blame. The person that can make you feel good or bad, they're not to blame. Yeah. But you watch it and do nothing about it. It wants you to do something, though. It wants you to get mad. It wants you to say how smart you are. Oh, they love me, so I must be wonderful, and all that. Do nothing, just watch it.
Like, have you ever been in a sauna too long and like you start shaking and you start going dizzy and you're about to faint? Like, it was that bad. So
No.
Nobody? Come on. Yeah.
Would you stay all night in the sauna?
That's happened a couple times to me. Maybe it's just me, but
Oh, yeah, that much time.
Sometimes after the gym when you're dehydrated, that could do it. But,
Drink some water, buddy.
Yeah, but
Don't stay in the sun and fall and pass out. What the?
yeah,
Does God stop you from going through your hell? He let you go through it, right?
yeah,
God can stop you from going through hell. You know that, right? But he let you go through it so you can enter into heaven. You got to let your brother go through what he got to go through, and don't be feeling sorry or afraid or anything for him. You know, you're not God. And that's not love. But don't judge him, though. We all have to wake up.
yeah.
Every human being have the same problem. There's nothing new.
Yeah. I noticed that the judgment is it's fading away.
Right on.
Like hatred for.
You will, and I promise you this, you will, if you stay with it, you will get to a point where you would never judge again. I don't matter what happened. It wouldn't even occur to you to judge because you will understand. And you will see how to deal with it. But you will not judge the person. I promise you, you'll get to that point, but you got to let that happen. You got to stop defending the ego. You got to go through the ego pain. And you will get to the point where you'll be free and you will never judge your enemy. God said to love one another. He said to love your enemy. How are you going to love your enemy if you're protecting your ego? Your ego is your enemy. So stay with it.
Yeah,
Just stay with it. I'm glad you dealt with your father finally, man.
Yeah, it was amazing. I didn't even have to do anything. It just kind of,
The one thing I know about truth and I love about truth, truth will work for you. It's so weird. I'm saying weird in a good way, Lord. I don't mean weird and bad weird. But the truth really, really love us, and the truth will work for you. It will work through you, and it will cause your life to happen. And it'll be weird because you don't have to do anything. When you're evil, when you're angry, you always got to do something. You got to try to make things work. You got to worry about if it doesn't work. You got to worry about this or that. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be this. So you're trying to make things happen. You want the biggest house on the block. You want to be like somebody else or have with it. But with truth, there's no wants. There's no desire to make anything happen because you have no wants. You have no needs. You have nothing, and everything just works. And it worked, and then you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. But it's weird, it's interesting. But you gotta trust it by not trusting your thoughts and your emotions, your ego. When you can stop trusting that, the truth will take over. And God really, and I'm using the word love, but you don't know what love is. Love is like, it's a state of being. It's a state of being, it's not a word. The word love is just a word. Yeah, no meaning. Everybody throw that word around all the time. I love you. You can call your kids every morning, every evening, and you hang, I love you. Okay, I love you too. No, you don't. That's just a word. But love is a state of being, and that's where you want to get to. And love will work for you, and you will see how much, without thinking, oh, God loved me. I never think about God loving me, but I know He does, because I see what He's doing. And it's nothing like what you can imagine. So don't try to think about this. You can't imagine. The intellect hate good. It hate God. So you can't, it's not going to understand it. So let go of the intellect. Don't hold on to anything. Keep your glass empty. Don't hold on to the truth, and don't hold on to the lie. Let it go in and out one ear. All right? But right on, man. Amazing. Satan's gonna, for a while, you'll have a good day, and you'll think, oh, Lord, the silent prayer is working. I feel so good. The Lord, I'm with the Lord, and the Lord with me. And then that very second, next moment, Satan will give you a thought, and now you'll wonder, oh, you forget you used to be present. And now you're scared and lonely and mad or whatever, wondering what's going to happen. You feel like it's all over with, and you forgot that it's not you. And you're back into it. But eventually, all thoughts will be gone. The devil will depart from you. You won't have to deal with that at all. You will only be of the light, but you got to let that happen. You'll only be of the light. And the devil will go live in someone else because he lives in human beings. Right on, man. Stay with it.
Why doesn't God judge us for not sticking with it?
Because there is no judgment in him, and he knows that it's not you that's not staying with it. It's the false you that's deceiving you to make you not stay with it. It's not you at all. You, when I say stay with it, that's stay with it, I don't mean you put your effort into it or you try to make anything happen. I'm just saying don't let other people talk you out of it because they mad or they this or that. Or don't let the devil tell you it's not working, you've been doing this a long time, this is so painful. None of that. You just practice staying present. That's all you do. Never stop doing that.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Because we of ourselves, we can do nothing. We really can't. We're not in control. Evil controls us until we return to good. We're not even in control of evil. It's working through us. Okay, I want to get to the biblical question. It's a doozy. And Jared, since you have the mic and you know you're going to heaven, what's the biblical question for this week? What?
How do you know you're approaching Christ?
Don't tell him, Mama.
Nice. How do you know you're approaching Christ? Nice.
I thought you were asking.
I asked Derek. Mama always trying to keep you out of heaven, huh? Stop being a mama, man. Okay. How do you know you're approaching Christ? Yes, Ma. Ma raised her hand, so. You know what's going to happen if y'all stay with this, and I hope you do. You're going to be able to go anywhere in this world and do whatever you want and be free. That is so. I didn't know that you could really live a life and just be free. No matter where you are or what's going on, you'll be free. Stay with it. God love us. The truth love us. And it is nothing that you can, his love cannot be imagined. That's stuff that the Christians be saying. They don't know what they're talking about. Those are just words they're repeating from the Bible. They have no idea what love is. No idea. You can know and you will know for sure when you're approaching Christ. And the way you can know it is when you bring all of your trouble, and some of you said it, especially Doug. Doug didn't know what he's talking about and said it. When you give him all your pain, right? When you bring all of your loneliness, your sadness, your suicidal thoughts, your fears, your anxieties, your wants, your needs, your desires, when you bring all that unto him and do nothing about it, when the fear just overwhelms you and you feel like you want to cry or run or you want to give up, don't. When you bring everything unto him and do nothing about it, you are approaching Christ. He said, come unto me, bring all that you are, come as you are. And when you're doing that, and the devil's trying to convince you to do something about it. Oh, say something, do something, act this way, act that way, put on a pretense. When you bring your reputation, everything unto him, you are approaching Christ. You will know it. It'll be amazing. And once you know that, you will not stop. I don't care how heavy it gets. I don't care how much worry you just overwhelm you. You want to cry, you want to give up, you want to whatever, you won't stop. You just go anyway and leave it with him and just simply live in the light. But you got to give it all up and do nothing about the ego nature, because that's the nature of Satan. And Satan wants you to do something about it. He doesn't want you to give that to Christ. He tell you, you need to do something. You need to say something. You need to put on a front. You need to act a certain way. Pretend you're not this, or pretend you're not afraid or anything. Don't do that. Do nothing about it. You are approaching Christ when you do that. Yes, sir.
What's the difference between approaching Christ and approaching God?
Well, when you are approaching Christ, you are going through the Son to get back to the Father.
I've never really understood that
Yeah.
exactly. What does that mean to Christ?
Christ brought a message, and when you, I got a perfect example for you. You know, when you first heard the truth coming through me, you first heard it, and it just made sense. Mm-hmm. That's all Christ was. He had the truth was in him. Christ was in a human form, the Son of God, right? But in him was the Spirit of God. And it's that Spirit of God that was working through him. And so when you saw the Son, you saw the Father. But when you heard his word and they made sense, you believe in the Son, and that belief is what takes you back to the Father. Because you believe it. Without belief is not something you can make yourself do either. You just can't say, I believe in Jesus and think that's going to work. You have to see it. When you see it, it's the light that's working through Christ, which is the nature of God that is allowing you to see it.
And is Jesus Christ? Jesus is Christ, Christ is Jesus?
Jesus is the Son of the Father, but he has the Father's nature. When you see the Son, you see the Father.
Right,
because he has the Father nature. Just like you have it too, but you just know, you forgot. And you take on the nature of Satan by identifying with it as a little kid. But I don't want to put a lot on your mind, but you would know the Father. You and the Father will be one. But you got to let go and just bring everything. Don't try to figure this out. Know that you don't know, and don't try to make yourself know. Don't learn it. Don't do anything. And the Father, he messed the chair up, Bill? Bill, there he is, Bill.
A little more, actually. A little more.
The engineer.
Yeah. You're sure? I'm pretty sure.
Don't mess with the engineer stuff. But while they're doing that, what was your question again?
Well, just approaching Christ, I don't really understand how that's different than approaching God, and I never really understood what Christ.
Well, when you're approaching the Son, you are approaching the Father, because you're just going through. You're approaching the Father when you are approaching the Son, because the Spirit of the Father lives in the Son.
Okay.
Yeah, you are approaching Him too. You're going through Him to get back to the Father. You're believing by seeing the truth. You're believing it, and it's the light of the Father that's in the Son. That's Christ. That's why Christ said, "Don't worship me, because greater work you shall do that I'm doing," and because you will have the same Spirit that He has, and that you will know the same thing that He knew and knows. You will know it too, as you're overcoming this fallen state, the thoughts. You will know. But that's how you bring. Does it make sense about how you come to Him now?
I mean, that part makes sense.
Approaching Him.
Yeah, I just don't really quite understand what.
Well, don't try.
Yeah. Okay.
Even this, when He said, "Greater work shall you do," most people don't know what that means, and I'll tell you that at another time. But that's so deep, it's not even funny. And you can do greater works than what Christ did. You can do it. Everyone in this room can do it. Greater works than Christ. He said it, and it is true. But it's nothing like what you think it is. If you're thinking that is, you mean, because most people think, without getting all into it, most people think right away, they think, oh, I can heal somebody. And they go out trying to heal somebody. You know the Christians go out and heal, or you go up to the front of the church and you fall out because you don't want to embarrass the preacher, so you pretend you're healed. But you will do greater work, men and women, because the same Spirit that is in Christ is in men and women. Everything Christ knew, you will know that, without a doubt. Everything He knew and knows, you will too. But when you read the Bible based on the intellect, and then you hear the preachers, it makes you think Christ's so far away from you. There's no way that you have nothing in common with Christ. Christ is king, and that's all you're supposed to say. But you are closer to Him than what you think, really. But you gotta let everything go. And so to know, to come close to Christ, to draw close to Christ or one with Christ, let everything go. Suffer. Suffer in quietness. Wash your face. Don't even look like you're suffering. Don't be grumpy at work. Because this ain't going to want you to be grumpy, especially at work. But don't be grumpy. And you know, run into other people who are angry and have attitude, it's going to make you want to have attitude back. But you'll remember they know not what they do. And you won't be able to have an attitude with them, because you will understand that they know not what they do. They're asleep. You really will. It's too sad how much God truly loves us, but we don't know it. And we associate love with what we feel and what we think, because we've been told that that's what love is, and that's not love at all. Zero. Love is not a feeling. It's a state of being. Love is not an idea. Love is not what you feel for me or someone else. None of those things are love. And you will come to know if you stay with Him. And so approach Christ by giving Him all of your thoughts, all of your worries, your past, your future, your wants and your desire, and let it, like when He had the fear before, didn't want to come up. If He would have just, okay, I'm giving this to Christ, I'm going up there to see what happens, He would have been over that long time ago. But Satan said, no, you sit in the seat, you be afraid, you're going to look stupid, people are going to judge you. Satan giving him all these reasons not to give it to Christ. You got to start listening to the thoughts. Get an understanding about these thoughts. They are wrong. They are your enemy. I don't care what. They are your enemy, and they are constantly trying to keep you away from God by always putting something on your mind. And if you pay attention, in closing, if you pay attention, it's always about the past or the future. Think about, pay attention to that. The thoughts never tell you about right now. It's always about what has happened or will happen so you can react now and stay away from God. Isn't that amazing? And that's because God is in the present all the time. Eternal life, the truth, is in the present. Satan can't be in the present with that. The light cannot handle the darkness. That's why when you overcome this, no darkness will be in you either, because the darkness cannot live in the light. It'll be gone. But stay present so you can overcome this. He will do it for you. You can't do it yourself. If you're not ready to stay on this journey, don't start it. Don't start it. Just don't wait. Live in your misery, live in your hell, your emotions, your thoughts, until you're truly ready to do it. Because if you get on this journey and you fall back, you
It's
fall back
bad.
into your own doom.
And I
You-
feel like it's
it-
almost worse.
Yeah, it is.
It is so
worse.
much worse.
Falling back into hell is much worse than leaving hell.
Yeah.
Really. 'Cause at least you're leaving it.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
to know it and then fall back into it, what's wrong with you?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing is
okay.
wrong. No.
But you understand, take it all to Christ and live with it.
Sure.
Walk with it, sleep with it, drive with it, eat with it, sleep with it, be with it, and do nothing about it, but be aware of it.
Sure.
Be aware of what's going on in here, but do nothing about it. You don't want to deny it by not being aware. You need to know you're going through hell. So
Yeah.
be aware of the hell, but do nothing about the hell. Don't
Well-
drink tequila to get rid of the hell. If you're going to drink tequila, be aware of drinking the tequila so you don't get drunk. Amazing. If we wait, will you cry a song for us at least? No. Okay.
Ha, ha, ha.
So do you understand to let your past and everything go? When he remind you of it and you feel the past, which you're not really feeling it, will you live with that too?
Sure. You trying to make me cry, Jesse? Yeah, sure.
Live with that past
Sure.
because it's not even real anymore.
I realize that.
Do you see that clearly?
Sure.
It's just a thought. It's not real. And we all been through hell. But the hell that happened then. Satan tell you it's happening now by making you think about it. And when you think about it and believe it, it feels like it's happening now. It's just a feeling. There is no past to change.
I get it.
You understand that? Do y'all understand that? There is no, yesterday exists no more. Whatever happened this morning exists no more. There's nothing to change. But the world tell you, oh, what will you do if you can change your past? You can't change something that doesn't exist. It's just a thought. It doesn't exist anymore. How many of you understand that you have no past? Oh, good. Because the world will try to use it against you, but they're children of the devil, so let them say whatever they want. You know it doesn't, whatever happened then, and then doesn't exist anymore. Take no thought about the past. But the devil makes you think it is. You can drop it by, even though the thoughts and the feeling may be there, you take that to Christ, you're dropping it.
Yeah, because you're present.
Yeah, because you're present.
Thank you.
And do nothing about it. All right? Okay, amazing. What do you get from this meeting today, if anything?
You gonna put me on the spot?
Yes,
Not to be a mama.
right. Mama just said, way over there, I'm like, Derek, what's the biblical question? And Mama saw Derek struggling. And Mama had to tell him.
That's not true, but I don't argue with Satan anymore, so.
Which part not true?
It wasn't about him. I legitimately thought I thought you forgot.
Forgot what?
The big biblical question.
No, I asked.
I don't want to help Derek. I want him to suffer and not suffer and die.
I asked Derek, what was the biblical question?
Yeah. I wasn't trying to help him.
No, that's right, Mama.
Screw-
But go ahead. How will you help today at all from this?
It just reinforces everything that's really what it is. I come
Yeah.
here to be reinforced with the truth. I really do get a lot of joy out of seeing my ego now.
Yes.
the pain I get into.
Me too. I was going to say it's so much fun working on that now.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
it's
because
fun.
what used to be a problem for me
Yes.
is now like, like that shame you feel or whatever. I'd be like, oh my God, but now I'm like, wow, that's my ego. Just let it sit there and die. It's like you're making progress.
Yes.
So that's really the only thing interesting, that's like infinitely interesting to do in life.
Yeah.
Because everything else is just a repetition of some sort of desire or,
Right.
it's the only thing that's actually progressing and moving forward.
He
for
made
me.
such a good point, folks. If you stay with it, something that seems so hard and difficult and you regret it will become fun for you. This would be more fun than anything you ever done working on yourself. But you got to stay with it. You're right about it. It's fun. It's so much fun. But right on. You're going to see that even clearer in daily life. You got to, right now, when you're about yourself, you're not going to really see what's going on with other people when it's just about your own ego. But once you start to overcome that ego, you're going to see misery in other people that you never even, it's just going to become apparent. And you're going to see that they're miserable. Even when they put up a front, they're putting up a front to be happy, they're miserable on the inside.
Yeah.
You're going to start seeing that more and more. Everywhere you go, you're going to see vampires.
Yes, and I saw
You're
it.
going to be like, what the?
And-
You know your brother, based on what you've said, that he's weak, can't have his wife, but he want to hang out with his brother sometimes, just the two of you, right? And when he can't do it, you know that that's what he wants. You can, man, stop being so weak. You need to stand up. You need to, throw a little truth in there. Don't pretend that it's not happening. Just don't judge him. Yeah, don't judge him because you may say something or he sees something in you and the light will come on for him too. But if he's only seeing darkness, unless he really, really wants the light, he may not ever find it or come to it.
Sometimes it feels like he's kind of reaching out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when I kind of shut him down, I'm like, dang, why'd I shut him down,
What a beta.
Yeah.
The light don't shut you down, it wakes you up. It
Not really-
makes you see.
I don't want to force it on him,
But if he's wanting, you can tell when he want to hear the truth or not.
Right.
So be aware so you can see it. And you don't have to force it,
Okay.
but just be aware. I told my friends, Mama was all proud and quoted what we said, and then Mama went back in the chair.
Right.
Mama didn't know. Mama had the answer, right? And Mama stood high, tall in that chair. And
How do you
how
know?
do you know when you're approaching Christ? And then I said, shut up, Mama, I didn't tell you to tell her.
How do you know I was dealing with that with my brother?
What?
How did you know I was dealing with that with my brother?
What?
How could you tell I was dealing with that with my brother?
Well, because first of all, you said it, and I remember.
I'm like, hold on. No, I'm not saying like in a bad
But
way.
I
I'm saying,
remember remember you told us you had dumped your daddy on your brother. Your brother
I
like,
did
no,
say
help
that.
me.
I did
Or
say
something.
that.
Yeah. Why do I have to deal with?
Yeah.
I remember that.
But it's like it's been kind of like an obstacle that I just haven't really addressed.
Right. You
Yeah.
gotta face it.
I gotta
Just
face
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. In God there is no fear. Just know if you have fear, you're of your father the devil. And if fear is just an illusion, it's not even real. When you walk up, you see like, oh, it wasn't that bad. What was I thinking? Or when you face your father, it wasn't as bad as the fear was telling me. It didn't go the way the fear told me it would go. When I went to face my mother, I had no idea my mother was going to cry and apologize. I've never seen her do that before. So the fear was telling me she's going to go off. She's going to yell at you. You won't be able to handle it. You'll be embarrassed in front of the family. But I went anyway, shaking in my boots. And it turned out totally different than what the fear was saying me. She apologized, she cried, and she told me about her life. And exactly what she had done to me was done to her, and I didn't know that. But the fear made me think differently, and had I listened to the fear, I would not have gone to her.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Right?
That's exactly what
Yeah,
happened.
the
for
devil
me.
tell everybody the same thing. And so when you lose family and friends, there's no, they were never family and friends anyway. It was an illusion. They were never real. Amazing. I have a family member that they are secretly calling me, And this family member hate his wife. Hate her. Hate her, hate everybody else think he love her. And they think she love him, but it's a battle going on, right? And he'll call me up and talk to me about it, and I would tell him the truth about it. And then now when other people try to talk about me, he'll tell them, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Punching nobody you're talking about on this one. And then if this wife come into the room while they're talking to me, he'll start whispering. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why are you whispering, man? She just walked in the room. I'm like, but tell her. How you gonna get over it? He never tells his wife the truth until he's like real mad. But that's the wrong time to be telling her the truth. Because she's judging him for being mad. She's not gonna hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? But so be honest with your family member who had an opportunity to come like that, your brother. All right? I'm out of time. Amazing. Listen, stay with it. There is the truth, and you don't know what that is. I don't know what it is until I can see it, right? There is the truth. This thing about knowing what's right, what's wrong, you don't. That's fake morality, and it doesn't work. It's just fake and two devils fighting. All right? Stay with the silent prayer, rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. Thank you for your support. Make sure you support us with the word, especially you've been helped. And our enemy too. Give money, enemies. What the? Thrills don't come cheap. So help. And the theme this year was stay present. I can't wait until next month to hear how that worked out. Bye, y'all. Thank you. Thank you all.